Hi, I'm Manichandra. I'm Chandrasekhar's son. So we're really lucky to have my dad back. So this entire episode started on last Monday, April 11th. Okay, my dad was playing tennis. We call him the most aggressive and the least efficient player on the court. Okay, at Jubilee's club, Jubilee's International Club, and then he collapsed on the court due to a sudden cardiac arrest. And then his tennis friends noticed that he collapsed, and thankfully, he was in the company of very competent doctors, and Dr. O.P. Agarwal immediately initiated CPR procedures on him to ensure oxygen flow to his brain. The rest of his tennis friends immediately brought him to Apollo Hospital. Dr. Dagupati arranged everything before coming here, and he was unconscious so within 15 minutes of the episode, he was in the hospital. When he arrived at Apollo, he had no pulse. Okay, he was being kept alive purely due to CPR, and then he was revived in the ICU with a shock, with a defibrillator here. He was unconscious for 2 days. Yeah, you were unconscious for 2 days. We were really concerned, and things weren't looking good. And this was Monday morning. He was stabilized in the ICU here under the care of Dr. Karunakar in the ICU, and overall put in charge of Dr. Manoj Agarwal. Tuesday night, the news was that he was still unconscious in a coma, and the news that was coming out was that it was not looking good. Greater than 90% of people who undergo sudden cardiac arrest don't come out of a coma, and those who, first of all, and in the Indian context, when the ambulance gets there, when the patient comes to the hospital, by the time they come to the hospital, you're just bringing a dead body to the hospital. Okay, so first aid CPR kept him alive, and from then on it was in the hands of Apollo. And then we really thought that he was going to end up in a vegetative state. I mean, I heard the news and I was flying back home, and that was the scene playing in my head. So it turns out that night it was Dr. Tejsvi's shift in the ICU. They did MRI scans here. Of course, the initial MRI scan will not show signs of damage. Okay, they'll do an MRI scan again in a few weeks, which will we'll know what is the extent of the damage. But his EEG, which reported, so this is a measure of your brain activity, seemed entirely normal. So so while the data was showing that you will recover, but by Tuesday night the news was not looking good. Anyway, so Dr. Tejsvi was very confident, and so apparently she took your hand in the ICU and she spoke to you for an hour when you were unconscious. And then
neither face of her nor
you were in a different state of mind. Okay, and then early morning Wednesday, she called out your name, Chandrasekhar Garu, and then you woke up and you responded to her.
I see.
And then she put you under sedatives again for you to recover. And apparently Dr. Manoj Agarwal didn't believe her. He said, no, wait, show me, I want to see proof. Okay, and then
He didn't believe that I was still alive.
No, he didn't. No, she called up Dr. Manoj Agarwal, who's your in charge,
Okay.
and said, "Hey, our patient is, has come out of his coma." Okay.
For how many hours I was in coma?
Well, Monday morning, 8:39, you went into coma.
Right?
And then Wednesday early morning, you came out.
24 hours, 48 hours?
A little less than 40.
Almost.
40 hours, yeah.
Oh my God. So nobody knows what I am doing. Where I am there?
You were in the ICU here.
I see.
Yeah. You were, your systems were all stable.
Right.
Okay.
They are monitoring through the
Yeah,
instrument.
exactly, yeah. And you were on ventilator, but what Dr. Karunakar said was, it was barely providing you support. You were mostly breathing on your
Breathing
own.
on my own.
Except that we were worried about your consciousness.
I see.
Anyway, so she was confident, Dr. Tejsvi was confident. So she apparently spoke to you for an hour, held your hand, and then in a few hours she called out to you and you responded, And then she conveyed the good news to Dr. Manoj Agarwal, and who said, "No, wait, I have to see this for myself. I don't."
He is not.
Yeah. Well, it's a miracle. It's a miracle for someone to have a cardiac arrest and come out of coma, especially in the Indian context. Where there is a huge delay between the time of the incident and the time the patient.
Almost 1 day.
Well, I mean, yeah. You have to give oxygen to the brain within a few minutes. Okay, cell death starts within two. Yeah, exactly. So, and then Wednesday morning, and then she convinced Manoj Agarwal that you were going to be fine. Okay,
I see.
Yeah, and then Atta and Mama came in the morning, and then
They came.
They were already in Hyderabad.
Okay.
Fortunately,
Right.
so they were actually, Mama was with you all night for 2 nights.
One night.
Okay, and then so just so you know, you will have gaps in your memory. Okay, he has gaps in his memory, and that is completely normal. Actually, that is something that really worried us a lot. And if there are other patients who survive a cardiac arrest, we also want to convey that when they wake up, you will have gaps in your memory. That's the first thing that is affected. Okay. You will recover, okay, in time. And then we were assured of his recovery by Dr. Rajesh Reddy, who's a neurologist here, and your friends who constantly came to monitor on you. Dr. Shiva Reddy also came to see you. Yeah. And so yeah, things were starting to look good from Wednesday morning onwards when he woke up, and
Thankful to my tennis friends and of course Dr. Apollo.
doctors at Apollo.
Yes, everybody of course.
Yeah.
From Apollo, everybody.
Yeah.
And from my Jubilee's group.
Yeah.
And they are now taking care of individually also.
Yes.
Some of the assistants.
Yeah.
They have been appointed under me.
This is the Apollo home care.
Home care.
Yeah.
They are taking me 24/7.
Yes. So we're very, very grateful. So well, and general advice is everyone should learn CPR, huh?
Yes.
And there should be more abundant, knowledge of how to perform these procedures, and exactly, and this can happen to anyone, and people should know exactly what to do. Yeah.
But how come to me? I don't have cholesterol now.
Because you had a previous heart attack, because of genes, whatever.
Yeah, genes.
So there was a scar in your heart,
Oh.
and that created a short circuit in the electrical. And Dr. Soumen installed an automatic defibrillator in your. It's there in his chest right now. Yeah, Dr. Soumen Devi Dutta. So, and then next time it happens, you won't even know. It will automatically restart your heart. So
But a great miracle that is.
it is a miracle. Everyone thinks it's a
Everybody
miracle.
is telling everything, but I am not trusting anything. Nothing happened, I am thinking.
Because you have a memory gap there. Yeah.
Yes. See, that much starting, all bringing, taking them to, and I started playing and all. I'm not correct.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, all of you.